Hi, today my husband Casey is going to talk to you about working with young children, playing with them, and how to work at early intervention with them as well. Casey?
Hi, so me and my wife both have degrees in psychology and social work. And we're going to talk about how to stimulate young toddlers up to 5-year-olds' imagination and minds so that they can think creatively. Now, most of these things you can find at typical stores, but to get the most out of them, you want to stimulate them to get them to think. So, for example, with this, the xylophone. I'm not just going to have them go to town on it always. I'm going to try to use it as educational. I might say, hit blue, green, red. And then hit the green for green light or go. Hit caution and hit stop. And then I might say, hit water, grass, sun. So you try different things in different combinations. I might say hit green, yellow, then red. So you're teaching them to think ahead and plan. Hit blue, green, red. Or grass, water, sun. Something like that. So they're not just going to town hitting all the things. And if they want to sing a song like My Little Pony, or
Twinkle, twinkle.
Twinkle, twinkle, little star, how I wonder what you are. You can play along while they sing or whatever. So it just adds another dimension. Kids, you want to stimulate all the senses, the ears, the nose, the touch. So you might use things like a ball, but practice with a ball with spikes or some colors on it. Now I use the ball to stimulate sharing. I will give it to them and then I'll ask for it back right away, and then I'll give it back to them. So they know that they're going to get it back, so they won't just latch onto it after you train them and they start seeing that you're going to give it back to them. If you have a hard time getting their attention, like autistic children, right, when you say their name, Javier, 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 or Emily, Emily, Emily. Try to get their attention. You might want to have another stimulus to trigger them. So we do some exercises. I'll put an object down, and then maybe I won't give them all the letters because that might be too difficult depending on their age, but I'll mix them up. I'll say, how do you spell this? And they'll have to rearrange them. You don't want to give them all the letters because they have short attention spans. Or might do like this, and they'll have to figure it out and rearrange them. And this is their, maybe that's a reward. And you can try playing around with different words. Wig, big, I'm big, you're small, or something, or tall. So you want to try around different things. You have some dice to do some basic math. What did I roll? You have them say the number. For adding and subtracting, I might say, what's 2 plus 2? They know what this means, 2, and they know what this means, 2, so then you bring them together, and they can count them. 3 plus 2. So they can count, and they can touch and count if they need to. There's other things you might want to do to reach their senses. Things like this. See if I can get these to all go. Sometimes they don't work, but you can find them for fairly cheap. So they'll make the noises of the animal. Of course, it's not going to do it when I'm recording.
But the kids can make the noises too if you want.
Yeah, sometimes you'll have to do them in a particular order. Apparently it's stuck on there. Oh, we got the rooster. Right next.
I think that's the duck.
Nope, that was the pig.
Oh.
No duck. See, even adults can struggle with this. Apparently. There's the sheep.
There's the duck.
And I can say, what noise do they make? You could do fun things. What noise, or what is this, and what noise do they make? You also can say things, this is a typical training tool for kids. You could say, what is this? They may say a star. But it's more than a star. It's a yellow star.
Mm.
What is this? You could say it's a red, or this one, and vice versa. You can have them be more descriptive. Now, if this is too hard for them, you can cover up a couple of them and let them do it. So you can always block 2 off if they're having a hard time with it. You can block 2 of them off. Or I might tell them the order I want them to do in. So your kid might have mastered easily be able to do this, but I tell them, and this is where they have a hard time with instructions and following 2 or 3 chains of commands. You could say, I want the green rectangle or triangle first, and so forth, or the purple circle. So they have to do this first, and if they don't do that first, you block it. No, I want that one first, or such and such. So you can make it a little harder to get the most out of these things as they get a little older, and to get them to follow instructions. Like here, if they're struggling with this, I'll mix them up. I'll say, we want the blue donut. And if they pick up this one, I'll put my hand, no, the blue donut, blue. And then if they need a little more prompting, you can point to it. So you can do like that. I want the green donut. And if they pick up the orange one, no, you put your hand, no, I want the green. And if they need a little more prompting, then you help. So you get the most out of them with some prompts and stuff. These things that I like to use as an educational tool as well.
It's like an old Etch-a-Sketch.
Yeah, but they have ones even in color.
Oh, cool.
The sentence says, meatvideo.com or meat.org is mean. Animals are friends, not food. And so I might
cool. It erases.
Yeah, and I might have them put their name, and I might ask them, can you do 2 rabbits and 1 duck? Can you do 2 rabbits and 1 duck? And then I can give them another instruction. Can you do 3 cats? So then I'll have them count them. How many of each are there? So they'll have to count and do some math. I'll help hold their hand. You want to always guide them if they're having trouble. Show them how to hold the utensil, whether it's a fork or spoon or a pen or a crayon. Help them hold it, and you might have to guide them at first. So you help them write their name. How do you spell your name? And you have them spell out their name as they're doing it. Or whatever, Emily, or whatever. I'm doing it upside down.
That's our cat's name.
So yeah, you can do different things with this and exercises. And you can also just let them play and go to town on it. But you can get the most out of it. When reading books, sometimes their attention span is short. You can use a puppet and read the books with them to make it more stimulating. So obviously there's the hand puppet. You can get a sock puppet. So it makes it more stimulating for them. And what noise does this make?
Oink, oink.
Yeah, point to the duck. Quack, quack. Or the little chicken. Obviously I'm wearing one. Moo. What noise does this make? What is it? And such. So you can do some stimulating things as well. While reading, you can use the puppet and read with them in these type of books. So there's lots of different activities you can do. This one, to keep their attention span, I will put the duck. I'll use like maybe 2 greens and one green, a red, or even 2 reds. So you go like this. They know where the duck is. This is to test their attention span. And then I'll mix them up. Well, where's the duck? Hopefully they can get that. You can do other things too.
Stacking.
You can have like 2 reds. Yeah, you can do stacking, but you can have like 2 reds and go like this. Where's the duck? Now that gets them to focus. What I'm trying to get them to do is keep their attention span so they focus the whole time. If they look away or get distracted, they're not going to know where it is. So it's about getting their attention. And yeah, you could do stacking. I could say stack blue, green, green. Do a particular order. How many blues and greens do we have? You can count them from here, or they can line them up and count them. This is what we got. So then count. Use their hand. Guide their hand. 2 blues, 2 that. What total do we have? How many total do we have? And if they're really smart, you could even do things like, what if you mix these 2 colors together? What do you get? And you can practice it with them with paint. You can have some paint or crayons. Use your crayons and mix 2 colors or whatever. Now when we're coloring the coloring book, they're having, I'll say, well, what color dress is she wearing? Do we want to do it the same colors? She's wearing red, so let's pick out the red crayon and such. And if they're having trouble coloring in the lines, you can put your fingers around it like that and let them color in there. Go like that to guide them. So you pick out the colors if you want to do it the same as it is. I usually only let them pick out 1 crayon at a time so they don't.
That's also good then with their fine motor skills, holding the crayon and such.
And I'll have them pick out 1 at a time. And then get them to clean up is a hard thing. Sometimes they'll get upset. And you want to sing a song, clean up, clean up time. To make it a little funner. So that they don't get upset or whatever. So there's a lot of different techniques you can use. Obviously, you can say, build me a castle, and you want to help them sometimes. They need guidance at first. So there's a lot of different tools. You can thread beads and stuff and make jewelry. Like I said, be creative. Red light, green light. Hit the green and then the red. Green, red, green, red. All right, now hit grass, water, sun. Or grass, sky, sun. So you can do different things so they're not just pounding away on it. Again, try to apply to all the senses. Push 3 over. 3 blues. 2 reds. What does that equal? How many you got there? 5 total. So you can do things to stimulate their thinking, attention span, and much more. These are just some of them. Like I said, we spelled different things out. We'll play around with the letters and stuff. Dice, good. You can get a lot of these for very cheap. Do different things. So those are just some techniques to help stimulate kids' interest and keep your toys lasting longer, but making them think deeper and getting the most out of them. So I hope that helps. And check out my other videos on animal cruelty and other issues. Hope that helps.